Palestine.
Free, free, from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
So guys, it's been a while. First of all, I just want to say, upon observation, you guys are absolute legends. I literally have watched everyone week after week, and it's actually got to a point where it's now becoming day after day, because the people have finally become mobilized. The people have finally understood that this is a fight for freedom of the oppressed people of Palestine. They talked about a ceasefire. What ceasefire? What ceasefire? Because as much as I hear the term ceasefire, every day I still have to watch obliteration across the West Bank and all of the parts of what's left of Palestine. Because it appears to be they got nothing left to flatten in Gaza. So what have they done? Moved on to the next place. If this is not the definition of ethnic cleansing, then I'm sorry, there is no more education I can physically give. If people don't understand what racism looks like today, then again, there's no more education we can give. Because look around. Not one of us in this crowd looks the same, sounds the same, acts the same. And the uniqueness of every single individual is what gives us the unity. I'd like to introduce our next speaker. She's very well known. Sumaya, would you like to come and speak?
For the first time ever, since the start of the history of this occupation, there now is not a single woman in Israeli prisons. Our women have been liberated for the first time in history. And they didn't come out with pleas and thank yous. They did not come out with pleas and thank yous. The only thing that will liberate a people, the only thing that will liberate a land is resistance, is the insistence of existence. There will never be a time, there will never be a time when Trump's ideals of the people of Gaza letting go of their weapons, there will never be a time when that will happen. There will never be a time when the people of Gaza or the people of Palestine will leave their weapons that they have used to protect themselves. In the same way, we do not expect the British Army to de-weaponize. In the same way, we know that the UK did not drive out the Germans or the French with pleas and thank yous. It never happened. It just didn't. And on this day, this very Welsh day, the fact that Wales and the Welsh language and the Welsh people stand here in resilience of their occupation. And there's so little that is known worldwide about this. but there's so much to learn, and there's so much willingness to learn. And I believe that we will be listening to a very powerful speech soon about this. And in the meantime, let us know that, and let the world know, that the British complicity in this genocide has not been forgotten. That the British complicity in the continuation of this genocide and the occupation and the Nakba and the displacement will not be forgotten. We will stay in our positions. We will march the streets. We will campaign to divest. Our pension funds will become ethical like they should be. We will continue to do so, and no amount of distraction will distract us from that. And until then, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Bethan, where are you, Bethan? Oh, there she is. There we go. Very much. Dydd Gwyl Dewi hapus and Ramadan Mubarak. Many of us here today would have met Mazin Quimsi, Director of the Palestine Museum and the Institute of Biodiversity and Sustainability, when he visited Cardiff last year, sharing with us, as he did, some insights into the life in Palestine during genocide. Their plight to link climate justice with the call for peace and liberation, to rebuild, to reignite their homeland. I now receive his newsletters, as do many of you here, I'm sure, and at the end of January, not long after the ceasefire, he shared with us a picture of daffodils amongst the rubble in Gaza. One person returned to Gaza to find his house destroyed, but the daffodils were growing. He told us we will grow again. Vidafon eto. The daffodil may be our national flower, ein blodyn cenedlaethol. We may wear it proudly on days like today, but it grows in many parts of the world, in Europe, North Africa, Morocco and Palestine. Mae'n tyfu ar draws y byd, yr hadau a'r wasgar yn bell. It made me think how, as Welsh people, we sometimes believe that we own a symbol or an object, make a claim to it. But it's not ours to own. Dim ein symbol ni yw hi I berchen. Ein symbol ni yw hi I rannu. It is a symbol that we can share. Palestine isn't just a piece of land for Israel to own, to occupy, to destroy. They cannot do with it as they wish alongside so-called US leaders who, in some sort of dystopian AI reality of bearded belly dancers and nondescript skyscrapers, try to claim a land that they will never call home. Nid darn o dir yw ddinistrio a'i meiddiannu yw Palestina. Cartref ydyw. Palestine is home. When the man in the newsletter returned to his Gazan house, destroyed, he was returning home. A house can be rebuilt. A home is always there, where the daffodils grow. Roedd ei hiraeth ef am adref ar ôl misoedd yn fflio o bomio Israel, yr un mor bwysig yn hiraeth ni fel Cymru. Across the world, where daffodils grow, the movement to support the freedom of Palestine is growing too. Mae'r mudiad yn tyfu ar draws y byd I gefnogi rhyddid I Palestina. Mae pobl yn ein cymunedau yn gwneud y pethau bychain I wthio am newid, am rhyddid I Palestina. The people in our communities are doing the small things to make a difference. Organising that kids' kite flying session to send money to Gaza, that cake sale, that film screening, that political talk. Mae yn gwneud gwahaniaeth. Yn yr un ffordd, roedd ein gweithredoedd yn erbyn apartheid De Affrica wedi arwain at newid byd. Ein menywod a aeth I Greenham Common I protestio yn erbyn arfau nuclear, a ddeiseb heddwch. The movement isn't only growing through the cracks of rubble, but through the chants and placards of solidarity rallies like today in major cities, through the refusal to buy produce from companies that support Israeli aggression in Palestine, through the blockading of arms factories in Wales, Bristol, Denmark, Italy, who are making weapons that kill Palestinians in their thousands.
through councils and pension funds divesting from companies that are complicit in Israelis' genocide in Gaza. So when we next put on that daffodil or leek, fly that flag, know that it's part of a wider story. Our flag flies next to the Palestinian flag. Our dragon will only roar when the Palestinians' cries of pain turn into chants of freedom. Bydd ein heniaeth yn parhau pan fydd geiriau arweinwyr byd-eang o dod â thrais I ben ym Palestina yn troi yn weithredoedd go iawn. Pleidiol wyf i'n gwlad, pleidiol wyf I Palestina. Free, free, Palestine! Free, free, Palestine!
Thank you so much, Beth. Today is St. David's Day, so I think it's really important to highlight this, that nobody has come out to sabotage a national day. We're out here to say we are proud, we are Welsh, and we stand with Palestine. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, who's from the National Education Union, International Solidarity, and International Revolutionaries Left. My God, that was a lot. A massive voice in this movement now. We all know him. Massive round of applause, because the effort it takes to stand in the front and lead the people. Put it together for Joe!
Thank you, everyone. I think you did not hear enough from me today, right? So the first thing I want to send solidarity from the National Education Union, International Solidarity Organizing Forum, and in a personal note from the International Revolutionary Left. We stand in solidarity with our sisters and brothers in Palestine, because we understand that they are bearing and resisting to the brunt of the oppression and the attacks from a brutal occupation. A Zionist occupation that is just the most brutal and unashamed face of a capitalist system that supports and promotes the occupation. And it's very clear when we see the President of the US himself showing a dystopian video of an ethnically cleansed Gaza, and days later the Prime Minister of the UK, Keir Starmer himself, palling around very flaringly with that same US President. It shows that we can only rely and trust ourselves. We can only rely and trust the international working class and oppressed to stop the attacks and the repression, not just on our Palestinian sisters and brothers, but on ourselves and around the world. From Sudan to Greece, from Portugal to the UK, only together, only the rank and file can defeat this occupation, can defeat this exploitation, and win a world worth living. And we can only do that if we keep organizing ourselves. And make no mistake, the actions that we have taken today in the last 14 months were part and parcel of played a role on the ceasefire. A ceasefire that is not enough, a ceasefire that is very, it's almost finishing, but a ceasefire that was only won because we have mobilized. But as we can see with the brutal repression in the West Bank, it is not enough. We need to hit the capitalist system and those profiteers and the people, the companies that support and promote the attack and the ethnic cleanse of Gaza, of the West Bank, of Palestine and ourselves, where it hurts. And that's where all of us have a role to play. We have seen the work that our own union, the NU, has done. The rank and file of Unite Hospitality has said in Glasgow, the Glasgow workers, and I want a massive round of applause to some of the most exploited workers and youngest workers in the UK that have took a stand in the Glasgow cinema and they have refused to handle Coca-Cola and apartheid goods, and they have put their jobs and their life on the line for Gaza. But we also have seen students, not just our own students here in Cardiff, students for Palestine, but I recently heard that in the Gower College, 6 form students on the 13th of February staged a walkout for Palestine, despite the threats and the attacks and the menaces from their own college leadership. And that is the bravery, that's the organization that we need from the rank and file. We have heard from I also read that part, sorry guys. So I want to finish by saying that we need the leadership of the organizations of the working class. We need the leadership of the unions to follow the example of the people that are here, of those students, of those workers, and take a real industrial stand for Palestine. Use all weapons on their arsenal to attack and to stop the bosses from profiteering from war, from ethnic cleansing, from genocide, and from attacks on ourselves, and fight for a society that our sisters in Palestine, sisters and brothers in Palestine are free, but we are also free. Because fighting for Palestinian liberation is fighting for our own liberation. We will not stop, we will not rest, and we'll keep organizing, organize better, organize more, and we need the people that lead our unions, that lead our working class organizations to do the same. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
The people united
Will never be defeated!
Thank you and solidarity.
Can I introduce our next speaker, Sammy?
Hello everyone, and Ramadan Kareem. It's been on my mind all week that we are marching today on the first day of Ramadan in solidarity with Palestine, with Gaza, and also on the same day as the St. David's Day in Kuwait. I have, ever since they've said the word ceasefire and said that they were going to do a ceasefire, I think a lot of us here know that that word has been a lie.
Yes.
There have been constant, sorry, I'm not very good with voice today, but they've been breaking that ceasefire constantly with no repercussions. Yeah, with no repercussions, with no one paying attention, just because they said the word ceasefire.
Yes.
They have tried constantly over and over again for the past few weeks to displace more Palestinians, to spread more propaganda, to erase the Palestinian and their identity, to erase the Palestinian story. But I have something to share with you that is a bit personal for me now. I am 33 years old today, not today, but I'm 33 years old. And my grandpa is 90 years old. My grandpa was displaced along with around 760,000 Palestinians when he was 11 years old. He was told that he would be back a few days later, and so he packed a small bag and left all of his things back in his home. I'm 33 years old today, and since I was born until this day today, my grandpa has lost his sight, he's lost his hearing, but he has not lost his memories of the most important days of his life, of the things that has changed his entire life. My whole life, I've been sitting with my grandpa every Friday as he told us his story of displacement, as he told us the story of how he and all of his siblings had to leave and start their lives over again, not even understanding why it had happened to them, and longing to return home, longing to go back to his house, in which he put a picture of in all of our houses, this is our house in Palestine and this is where we're returning. If they think that by displacing Palestinians, by making it so impossible to get the medical care that they need in Gaza, that they're going to succeed in erasing the Palestinian identity, then they have another thing coming. Those 760,000 Palestinians all had children, all had grandchildren. I have 50 cousins on each side of my family to tell you that we are here to stay. You cannot kill Palestinians, you can't kill the Palestinians there, and you will never erase us. Palestine will be free because every single Palestinian is going to work towards it. And if they're not, then we're here to keep each other accountable. And I'm thanking all of you today for standing here with us and for keeping on this road. I know that for some of us, the journey has just started. For some of us, we are just learning things and we're getting to know things that we have only learned recently. And I'm so grateful for everyone who keeps coming, who keeps learning, who keeps having difficult conversations. I want to pay attention as well to something that I've been hearing a lot about recently, about how there are other causes that we need to pay attention to. Yes, this is true. There are so many other causes, but by divide and conquer is not going to help us all. We are here in one movement for all of our lives, for all of our rights, to tell you that the system of the world is not working. The system that has been being built for 100 years now or over is not working. We are at the start of a revolution that is long due. So I'm proud to be standing here with all of you. Thank you. Palestine will never die. Thank you.
We have a couple more speakers. I think we have one more person, that's Frankie. You all know Frankie. She's been a staple the whole Palestine movement, and she is reading a poem. We have a few announcements after, and then we are gonna probably finish for now, but not finish. Keep our fight for Palestine liberation. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine! Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
Okay, this is a poem that I wrote actually last summer, which probably most of you have heard, but it seems still incredibly appropriate. It's from Wales to Palestine. It's about it's called After the Bath, and it was written when just after I'd been bathing my grandson, who was 2.5 at the time, and he's quite a chubby little boy, very, very sort of perky, sparky, splashing around, and I was looking at him in the bath, and all I could see was sort of blood and all the images that I'd seen on my phone, sort of me swirling around in this bath of children in Palestine. So it's about that disconnect of what's happening here, what was happening there, what is still happening there. It's called After the Bath. And I will lift my grandson up, all naked, giggly and complete. And I will hold him to my chest in a soft pink towel. As you will gently gather your grandchild up in broken pieces, bits, clotted lumps, a finger here, a finger there, and you will hold her to your chest, wrapped in whatever you can find. Your arms around a bundle. Your arms around a bundle, your head bent, your mouth whispering, "You are the soul of my soul." Such profound and human grief. Oh Palestine, the tenderness of your embrace has touched and shocked and rocked the world. For aren't we all held on this earth as one, cradled together in the arms of winds, wrapped in looping threads of light? And Palestine will never die. Oh stupid, stupid Israel, you know nothing with your ironclad dome of dead ideas, all twisted up with ugly guns and bombs and wire. Your settlements may come, and they will go. And Palestine will never die. And I will hold my grandson to my chest in a soft pink towel. He means the world to me. And I will stand with Palestine till Palestine is free.
Right, as we said before, like our work for Palestine, our fight for Palestine is not just here, it does not end on a Saturday, we keep doing it every single day, every single week. And now we have Bethan with an announcement with another thing that we need to do to fight for Palestine, because...
on the Wednesday the 12th of March, PSC Cymru are organising a national demonstration outside the Wales Pension Partnership, Wales Divest to Palestine. It's at the Guildhall in Swansea, calling on the Welsh pension partnership to divest from the Israeli companies. So it's really important. We know it's early in the morning. There will be those of us going on the train, or there's a few cars going from Cardiff if you're not in Swansea. But it's the 12th of March, 9:30 AM outside the Guildhall in Swansea, Wales Pension Partnership. Protest cenedlaethol o flaen partneriaeth pensiwn Cymru, dads yn soddi nawr dros Palestine, di'r Mercher 18 y Mawrth, hanner nawr wedi nawr y bore, dyn ni'n gwybod bod yn gynnar, ond yn erbyn yna chi ddod i neuadd y ddinas i protestio ac i wneud ein llais yn glir o blaid Palestina. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
So last one more announcement. It's a little way coming, but on the 6th of April, our comrades in Haverford are holding the red line. We had the red line here, most of you were here and you saw how powerful it is. So if we can go, if we can think about coming and supporting them in Haverford on the 6th of April, so there's still a way to go, that will be great. We are going to end today's St. David's Day, St. David's Sant, and we fight for Palestine. So a song that connects both the Palestinian resistance and the Welsh people is a song that was made famous not just in the rugby but in the Palestine protests in the movie. So we're going to play that song now to finish the program. Right, tenen gwaith music, ni gyd mynd I ganu, fi dwi'n gweithio fi'r gore o sy'n canfofio hwnna, ond fi sy'n mynd I ddechrau fe. We're going to sing it a cappella, we're not going to have music. I'll start you off with the Amawahid, and you can all join in, because if you don't know the words, it's Amawahid, really Amawahid, really What it means is we're still here. It's about the survival of Wales and Welsh, but if we can't draw parallels between us and the people of Palestine, there's something wrong with us. So I've been shouting too much and chanting, my voice isn't going to be great, but if you're ready, we're going to go. Rini Mohid, Rini Mohid, and with our power for best, and with our power for best, Rini Mohid. Diolch, thank you, diolch am I hapus. Ramadan Mubarak, happy St. David's Day. Diolch yn fawr, David.